Why, hello there, my dear synths. How are we all doing this fine day? Don't worry, I'll be with you in just a second. Just making sure my buttons work. Hello everyone. I'm back. How are we all doing? How are we doing? How are we on this fine Thursday night? This dark, dreary night? Ren, Decker, how are we doing? I'm sorry to hear that, man. I am. I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling too well. I wish you all the best. I hope you get well soon. Hope you're feeling more yourself in time. New season. It's why I have my flu jabs. It's why I have my flu jabs. Honestly. I'd be okay. Managed to actually sleep. That's good. That's good, man. I'm doing okay, I think. The ringing in my ears has calmed down considerably. It's been pretty bad the last couple of days, so I'm glad it's calmed down for the most part. It's not perfect, but it's gotten better. So, that's that. I think I've not been sleeping very well, so it's made it worse a little bit. Then as I've gotten better sleep, it's gotten better. So, you know. It is what it is. I do have quite the calming voice, I guess. Or maybe I'm boring. But hopefully the former, not the latter. Yeah, I'm just very boring. Well, chat. Exposed. The Google Doc is wild this month, don't it? Or should I say the Google Docky? 1,000 page document. The 1,000 page red docky. I couldn't imagine someone I couldn't imagine having to write 1,000 page document about other people, let alone having one written about me. I don't do this. I mean, there's nothing to be sorry about. I think most people don't write that many pages. I'd like to think. Anyway. Oh, God. Chat, I have to confess, I've had a couple drinks. Buzzing a little bit, so I'm a little woo today. That's why. It'll probably wear off as the stream goes on. Ugh. It's finally Thursday. Now, I have to confess, Oh no, I'm so surprised. What are you saying, Brett? I normally only have a glass or two. This might be number 4. I'm probably after this one. It's been a long week, okay? Leave me alone. It's been a long week. I was very dead yesterday. I haven't even filmed the video I normally would. I actually haven't. It's a bit of a problem, actually. I was far too dead. I was far too dead. Honestly. I managed 5 minutes, and then I was like, I was gone. Brain gone. Brain was devious amounts of squish. So, my brain no working. Okay. I managed to get a little bit of work done on the war dogs, actually. So if you're in the Discord, you might know that I'm repainting my war dogs because I don't like how they turned out. A little... Well, I was going to say fun fact, not that fun a fact. I must admit, I didn't enjoy sub-assembling them back in the day. And it actually made me stop painting for a while. So it's quite a big deal for me to actually come back to these and repaint them, because they actually put me off painting for a good month plus because of how much I just wasn't happy with them. So it's actually a really big thing that I now get to come back and try again with them, with a new color scheme that I'm quite looking forward to trying. While I don't normally paint green that much, actually. I know, it sounds weird, doesn't it? But I don't tend to paint green. Most of my things I paint are, like, red, black, or white. You can probably tell I like those colours. My Imperial Knights, which have I posted my Imperial Knights to you guys? I feel like I have at some point. They're bone white. I'm quite proud of them, actually. Yeah, I've got some Imperial Knights. I've got 2 big ones and 2 armigers. But I'm actually thinking of actually making a proper Chaos Knight list, and so the house I'm using, House Herpetrex, is green. Interestingly, they were never a they actually never were part of the Imperium. So it's weird to call them traitors because they actually never served the Imperium. They've served the Chaos Gods for like 10,000 years at least. So I'm gonna repaint my War Dogs, and then I'm gonna probably get a Knight Lancer, a little Christmas present for myself. Because they're in plastic now, and I really want to paint. But the thing is, I don't just want to paint the color scheme. I want to, like, corrupt it a bit. I want to, like, put green stuff on it, like, make it look a bit beaty in places, right? Because these things are like when you look at the lore for Chaos Knights, okay, it's like a greater demon level threat. Hey, Yoku. So it's like add some like meat on its bones, you know. I want to put some like meat on its mechanical skeleton, you know. I want to put some like green stuff and like putty and stuff, like, you know, modeling clay stuff on it, to, like, make it look more fleshy. You know, I want to give it a big like tentacle that wraps around its lance. You know, it's also meaty. My thighs, yes. You're welcome for anyone who follows me on Twitter, by the way. You're welcome for anyone who follows me on Twitter. You got a little treat, didn't you? But Cobra, where do I find this tree? Follow me on Twitter. Or Blue Sky. I also kept the Blue Sky people fed. What did you post? My thighs. My delicious thighs. Everyone else is doing it. Did I miss something? Check my Twitter. I posted a little something on there. Yes, I did. But yeah, I want to add some meat to that knight. It's quite a tall one, actually, this one. So I'm interested to see how tall it's going to end up being in the end, because it's going to be taller than my regular ones I've got. But I do want some regular Chaos Knights as well. I want Knight Abomination. I like the tusked helm that it tends to have, and the like mecha tentacles of, you know. Looks cool. I want one. But yeah, that's a little long-term project for me. A little creative project. Also, a knight's like a long investment project, but it's also a really cheap way of building an army. I use Twitter enough to there you go, you've got a reason to open that hell site for 5 minutes. Exactly, thighs are nice. Thighs are nice. Oh, there's a thought, speaking of nice things. I might have had some polls saved on Withering Waves. Yes, Lap got a new skin for Lappy. New skin for Lapland. The wolves get hats. They've covered her legs for once. This is a rare change for Lapland. Her legs are covered. They've hidden her legs from us. We can't see the lap anymore. But she do looking nice in that suit. But no legs. I can't lap the land so easily. But yeah, so what was I even saying? Oh yeah, I managed to pull Zanny and Wawa, actually, Withering Waves. Yes. Of course, that lion fucker, the guy with the dragon thing he brings around, that fucker was the first 5-star I got, obviously. And then I got Zanny afterwards, because of course I want that. Have you played the quest of her? Have you? You should. It's good. It's cinema. The only other character, Alex says, Cartafia, honestly, but also Colata. Actually, give me most of the Renacita characters, frankly. A certain jellyfish lady comes to mind. Need. So hungry. Feed yourself, Oku. Put food in mouth. Put food in mouth. You must have something nice in to eat. Are there no tendies for you? Are you without delicious tendies? Also, chat, it's Halloween. Wait, so I'm going to where? Burgator later. I'm not. I must be an American thing. It's Halloween tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow. Yeah, Halloween tomorrow. What we all doing for Halloween? I'm sitting here streaming. Burger restaurant. You know what? That makes sense. That makes sense. I feel like there's two things that are consistent across America: burger restaurants and Waffle House. I see nothing. Oh, hang on, what's this? Oh, just a surfing restream streak. Christ. If you're on the free stream streak, I don't think got some people here are on. Some of you are on quite the streak at the moment. Clean my ears out a little bit. Oh. Laura hasn't missed one. I don't think she has missed many. The only time I can think of when Ren's not been here is when she's been sick, I believe, which is completely valid, by the way. I don't expect people to turn up if they're unwell. Which is completely valid. We used to come to stream together. But then again, you still lurked when you weren't well, to be fair, but it's one of those, it's a live stream, right? The way I see it, some people can make it, other people see the VOD. That's okay. The VOD's there for a reason. I very rarely nuke the VODs. British time is evil. Yeah, that is true. It is evil. Honestly, most of you are in the US. Well, here's the weird thing, actually. You're either in the US or you're in, like, middle Europe. There is no exception. Except for Ren, I think. I think Ren's the only one here who's in the same time zone as me, right? You know, the rest of you are like... That's true, true. The rest of you are behind or before? It's a weird thing I've noticed. I tend to get people in, like, central to kind of Northern Europe or America. I think it's just the time zone I stream, honestly. Now, I because we're on Twitch, I will not say anything. I don't get political. I'm just gonna move on from that one. I'm just gonna move on from that one. I have opinions. I'm not going to give them. So I'm obeying my own rules here. Obeying my own rules here. There we go, sippy. Cool, because I'm so nice. It'll be fine with me making you draw, right? What? Oh no. Will I get paint out now? Or... open the paint app. Oh no. Oh god, I've not gotten any better. I've had no time to practice. Paintbrush chat. I'm actually considering, right, the next Kobold Diary, I'm actually really considering filming myself painting and having that as the backdrop of my Kobold Diary. I'm considering that, by the way. So that is something I want to do. So you'll get to see me paint them. The reason I don't want to stream it is because I've not got a firm idea of how I want to do it. I've seen a few variations. I also might want to do some basing stuff on them, but I'm not sure. Just a happy little tree. You know, it's weird, right? I'm no good at drawing, but I can paint. I think I can paint decently well, honestly. Especially a miniature. I can paint miniatures quite nicely, I think. I'm no expert, in my opinion. I think I still have lots of things I could learn, but I enjoy the process, honestly. I actually want to make these ones quite nurgly, actually. Me giving you head pad. Alright, 1 second. Let me do this one. And screen capture. Go here. Let's do the Oh wait, my twin ultimate gift. Hey, that's good. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Glad to hear it, man. Okay. Okay, we've got it on screen. Alright. So, we have our little Cheeto. I'll fix my brush. Nope. Hey, Zork, buddy. How you doing? I need to unmute the sound alerts. Oh, shit. I keep forgetting to unmute them. Hold on. 1 second. Let me open Tangier. I feel bad. Oh, I've gotta quickly fix this one. Give me an Aviation. Hey, nice, nice. How you doing, Zork, my friend? How's things? There we go. How's my favorite goat? How is my favorite goat bro doing? A little round head. Little fuzzy hair. I feel like I remember Ren having long hair. There we go. Right. This is a terrible haircut, but hey. Then we need those cat ears. That's terrible. Wait 1 second. Fuck. Oh, it's terrible. There we go. I feel like you look like an early evolution Digimon now, actually. Oh. Yes, me. Kirby, my tits are too fat. You can't fit them in your mouth. Kirby Adventure. Kirby Adventure, my fucking huge titties. It's meant to be long hair. Hang on. I'll do some of this, maybe. There we go. That looks a bit like long hair, right? Please, sir, could I have some more? Oh. Yeah, my tits are huge though. Have you seen these things? I know where you're looking. You've seen them. My hand. Oh god, I'm gonna fuck up a hand so. Hands are weird. Can we agree hands are weird, right? Hold on. Let me look at my own hand. Hands are weird. Bouncer Cabral 2025. Hands are weird. Some of you fuckers are really into hands. I don't quite understand it. Oh, I do. I'll do my hand in red so it shows better. Oh, what the hell is that? Oh no, why am I fucking up so badly? God. I'm sorry, this looks terrible, doesn't it? This looks terrible. I have shapes, I could use shapes really, couldn't I? I'm trying to do the head pat. Oh, fucking hell. Try and color it in. This might be my worst one so far. My hand is terrible. You look at what I paint, right? And then you look at this, you're like, how does he do so bad at drawing? Now, I will confess, I'm using a mouse. I bet if I had a tablet and a little pen stylus, I might do a little bit better. I'm doing my hand red, because I did Ren's head black, so it stands out easier. Let's get it red. Oh no, it looks awful, isn't it? Hang on. Oh, it just doesn't actually clear it out. Oh. There we go. Back to. I don't know why I didn't just do a head bigger and my hand bigger. Honestly. I'm glad you love them. I might just stop here, I think. It looks bad enough. Guess I could do some like oh no, my arm is technically mechanical, so. Okay, alright, we'll screen grab that. Oh god. Let me put it back to this. Oh my god. One sec. Let me post it in the Discord. As promised, I always post in the Discord. I always post in the Discord. There we go. One day I will actually get half decent. You know, I'd love to get to the... I actually would love to get to the point where I can draw something half decent. But I know it takes a long time. But I would like to get to that point, actually. It is actually a goal I would like to achieve one day. I just need to, like, sit down and actually, like, draw. I used to try and draw when I was younger. And I wasn't, like... I wasn't great, but, like... I guess who is when they start, eh? I mean, if Renchi redeems it enough, I'll get a fucking drawing tablet so I can actually do it better. So I have a chance at being half decent at it, at least. Because I think, to be fair, right, most people don't use a mouse because a mouse is a terrible drawing implement. Let's be honest. I know fine well, if I want to do digital stuff, the mouse just isn't going to cut it. It's not built for that. Did we redeem again? It's okay. I've been thinking, actually, chat, a little bit about, is there anything you might want, chat? Like, as far as, like, maybe I could do for you, a little something for you, I've been considering, for example, whether I can, like, for example, maybe next time I commission something, maybe something that can be used as a wallpaper for you guys, for free, from me to you, you know? Or like little things that, you know, you can have, you can use if you want. It's a thing I've been thinking about, but I've just been thinking, you know? I've been given some recent inspiration. I'm like, I could do a little something for it. Yeah, like, I'd probably have to pay, like, commercial rights for it properly. Like, I've got, like, rights to use all my stuff for content, but, like, for example, like, commercial, but then I just give it for free. Like, hey, you're in the Discord? There you go. Have at it. Feet pics are rich. I don't think she's after feet pics. I don't think Renchi's a feet person. There's nothing about her that's indicated to me she's a feet person. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm 90% sure, but yeah, I've been thinking about it. And changed my wallpaper soon anyway, so some ghost paper about a year now. Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, I'll certainly. I've been thinking. Plus, trying to think now. I have a few little bits and bobs commissioned in the background. I have a little animation, actually, that I've done, a little GIF. I keep seeing a GIF on Twitter, and I thought it was fucking cute. Oh yeah, that one. Oh, that one is pretty adorable. Wait, which cuddle one? The one where you're cuddling a little plushy me, or the one where you're cuddling like a little group of plushies? That one is also very cute. That one is very fucking cute. Gives me cute aggression immediately. Cute. Ah, that one is very cute. That one is very, very cute. But no, I've been thinking a little bit, you know, of some stuff that maybe, like, things I could do for you guys, honestly. Anyone with a current mod. Ah, yes, you did get. I mean, the way I always see that, like, my 2.0 is still me. I'll go finish. What's the day, but no worries, man. No worries at all. Hey, I'm always happy to be the second screen person. That's fine by me too, honestly. But I've been thinking a little bit, you know. I've been having a little think. What little things I can maybe do? Because it's been on my mind a little bit, actually, and a recent video one of you guys shared, I've been really thinking about it, right? I've been really kind of rubbing my hands together a bit, trying to, like, thinking about what more stuff we could do, what I could do for you, you know? And just what more I might be able to bring my own skill set, honestly. I've been having a think, because I think definitely the painting streams. I think you guys like the painting streams. Definitely want to do more of them. Last one was a lot of fun. And honestly, I think I actually need to explore a little bit about what else I might like, honestly. Because, don't get me wrong, I enjoy me a good bit of Total War. I do. I do enjoy Total War. As much as sometimes it feels like it's trying to make me not like it, I do enjoy it. But, you know, I'm always having a little think about what other stuff I could do. I have been writing a little bit for the bigger video I've got planning. Video game streams? Honestly, Decker, I'm not against it. I did a few. I went through a phase where I would drag other streamers into Vermintide and enable Twitch mode so that they would be harassed as much as me by Twitch chat. That was a lot of fun. Helldivers with the community? Yeah. Down for that. Honestly, I would quite happily run a Stellaris game for you guys. Honestly. I have even been asked once if I would do a Dungeons & Dragons game with the community. The answer is yes, by the way, I would. I've got a couple games. Yeah, I'd run a D&D. I'd run D&D for you guys. It's been a hot minute since I've run D&D, but I remember all the rules for 5e. At least for the 2014 version. I don't know about the new one. I don't really want to rebuy all the things again, but I remember most of the important stuff. So, to me. But yeah, so I wouldn't say never to that, honestly. You're right, man. I've got Roll20. I've got lots of stuff on. Yeah, I could do a one-shot. I think that'd be quite nice. Would you guys want stuff around role-playing games and stuff? Honest question here. Would you want me to do stuff about, like, Dungeons & Dragons or Dark Heresy or anything like that? Would that be an interest for you? Just throwing it out there, spitballing it. Would that be something you'd like? Even if it's like me talking about it in a YouTube video. Hey, yo. I have already had one person ask for a fucking a JOI. Balls, I see you out there somewhere. Hope you're doing well, by the way. Okay. I did once upon a time do a little video, but I mean, maybe I need to do a new... You know what? I've had more experience. God fucking damn it. Honestly, chat, I just assume when I start softening my voice, half you start fucking gooning anyway. I was told once by someone quite knowledgeable in the streaming field that I do have the perfect mic for that. The Blue Yeti is apparently a great mic for that kind of stuff. ASMR. Very sensitive. I'd have to go and grab it and plug it back in. I want to be a voiceover actor for a series 2 of showmaking. Oh? What? I don't know if I'm good enough to be a voice actor, but it's very flattering off of me. Danger Island. Oh, Danger Island. Oh, sorry. Hello, Danger Island. Welcome to the stream. Oh, want to be a voice actor? There's 2 of a show I'm making. I mean, I'm very flattered you'd offer. I don't know if I'm quite voice actor material, but thank you for the offer. It's very kind of you. I've never done VA work, so I don't know if I'd be very good. One thing putting a bit of a voice, something doing the full thing. Well, good. If only. Okay, I go back to VODs, and that's my sleep aid. What do you it's mostly that you owe me? What, when I do an entire stream like this, and I talk softly into the mic and give out sweet nothings? Is that what you were hoping for? I just really raise my voice like this, to the point where I, you know, sound a little bit different. You sound great in voice acting material. Oh, that's very flattering of you, sir. I won't say no, but I don't have as much time as I wish I had. So, I mean, I'm not against it. I mean, I'll say this, Danger Island. I'll have a look. I will at least say that. I will have a look. How about that? Call me little pug champ in that voice. 1 second. Decker, I guess you are my little pog champ. Come here. Happy now? If you want to, I'll give you a character with a personality if you want voice. Okay, okay. Flattered. Let me just What, can you tell I've been practicing this one a little bit? Softening the voice just a smidge. Ren, I guess you are my little pog champ. Come here. Oh, that. Johnny, I'm impulsive. Don't call me that. Hot and impulsive. I'm trying to think if I've ever played a hot-tempered, impulsive person, honestly. I think whenever I've been a character in any kind of tabletop RPG, I tend to go with either the grizzled person or the serious person quite often, but I'm not against the idea. It's a new one. I'm not against the idea. Actually, no, I've played something close. I did something more like, I think I once played a criminal in one of our TTRPGs, actually. I did put a voice on for characters. I don't know. I like to put a voice on. I enjoyed it. I was about to ask you do something. Classic Edge brother. Just clear my voice a little bit. Trade looking for laser mayonnaise, but you okay over there, Ren? I mean, like said, Danger Island, I'm not against it. Maybe one for DMs potentially, but yeah, I'm not against it. The anime kid. Oh, I probably wouldn't fit that one very nicely. I can quite do the upbeat anime kid. And looking up, it's just like. Damn, Decker. Damn. That's rough. That's small. Sorry about that, I was being summoned. Nothing wrong about being itty bitty, Red. It means you're easier to pick up. Oh, I'm sure she's not that small. Just a little lady. The little lady, just pick up. Easiest pick up yet. I haven't been picked up yet. Well, you said you had a very grabbable waist, so, you know, just pick you up by it. It's your exact words. You said you have a very grabbable waist. Listen, more people than they know have grabbable waists. They just don't think they do, and then they do. Come on, I think it's a good drink. Here, I'll put it up to the mic. You get a little sip. It is whiskey, though, so I must warn you. I do tend to drink spirits in our chat. I must warn you. I am quite the spirit drinker. What do you think I do with all your souls? I distill them, of course. I think the stream title would come. Decker, if that were the case, it would just be Cobral tries to seduce you stream. Isn't that half my streams? Like, how would you describe a Cobral stream, chat? Be honest with me. How would we describe a Cobral stream? Can't wait to hand you a gift if you wrapped a gift of just water. I would laugh if I saw that. Posh. You say I'm posh? This isn't posh. You want posh? You want posh. I do say, old chap, you want quite posh and quite a sophisticated accent. I can use far more than that. I can do quite an upbeat and far more traditional, proper British accent. Now, far more prim and proper. I can do a bit more of a noble aristocracy kind of vibe. Or, I can really sound a bit more like this and sound a bit more posh and upright and hit here. Say scone. Bar. Is that what you're after? You underestimate how posh I can make myself sound. You're actually the most British sounding British person I've ever heard. Brink by Cobral, please. Red doesn't like posh Cobral. Red likes deep, sultry Cobral. Or apparently when I heighten my voice a little bit, and bring my voice up a little bit more up here, so I sound just that little bit softer, a little bit more daintier. Like Kobe himself. I mean, to be fair, in many ways, I am more myself on stream than I ever normally am. But I'm also less myself, in a way. Because I guess, I don't know, it's a weird one. Because I'm both more and less me on stream. Right? Like, how to put it? I like to... I love a lot of stuff, but I'm not throwing them out here. I've heard. I have heard. I've heard. But like, how to put it? I try and be more positive on stream. I try to be more chatty and energetic on stream compared to my normal. Though I'd always consider myself a low energy streamer, I think. I don't think I'm high energy. I'm not like screaming and jumping around the place and being a little gremlin and all that sort of stuff. I think I'm far more tame. I think I've built myself up being far more like relaxed. But I'm still a nice guy, I promise. No, you've been fine here so far, man, so don't worry about it. The way I always say it is I always give people a chance, right? Everyone gets a fair shake of the hand around here. Doesn't matter who you are, within reason, 99% of people will get a fair shake here. You know, I will treat most people with a fresh perspective here. Because at the end of the day, I made my communities be a place where you can come in, join us, have a good time. That's what I want. All the crap can be left at the door. That's why I don't allow politics. That's why I don't allow a lot of things. That shit gets left at the door. We have a fun, nice and chill time. So, you know. And I think I achieved that. But I definitely will say I put a part of myself forward. It's also my pipe, apparently. I don't allow it, but you still do it. You'll still try and pipe me, though. Honestly, what are you trying to tell me here? Stop me. You're gonna make me. You know, one of these days I would love a toggle where the pipe drops and then I just grab it, throw it back at chat. If I ever can make a toggle like that work, beautiful. Which means I'll give you some privacy. Protest us. Yeah, just catch it, just yeet out the screen. It would only ever work once, but it'd be a nice little surprise. Like, oh, Ren, you throw a pipe at me all the time. Am I not allowed to throw a pipe back? Both of you get back here. I didn't say you could leave. Don't make me get the leash. Do I get the leash? I'll do it. Through a If so, I smooch you with best of logic. Damn. I mean, yeah, probably. I don't deserve being piped, what the heck. Decker, everyone gets piped here. Everyone gets piped here. Yeah, I am definitely not this comfortable normally. Just being myself. Hey, good. See, I'm doing my job now. People are happy that I'm doing my job. Yeah, I definitely... If you were to meet me in person, I'd probably be more quieter normally. It is a thing I always worry about when people meet me, like, off stream. It's like, I wonder if they realize I'm way less vocal normally. I'm like way quieter. Way more low energy. Very EP normally. I use all my energy up on these. It wouldn't be improper to say, chat, that I use the most of my energy for you. And there's a few things over people, but normally I use up a lot of my energy for you guys, because I want to put everything I can into this. And into the videos where I can. As I say, Wednesday, and normally I can do it, but oh, this week I couldn't. Usually don't talk much. URL. I'm gonna go assess why I look so evil. Damn. I guess there's something with my social skill. The IRL, I have a really bad problem of resting bitch face. I have a nasty case of resting bitch face. I actually do. I don't tend... You probably won't see it on stream because I try and smile more because the model smiles and it picks up my facial expressions. But when I'm not live, yeah, I just let my face rest. My resting face looks like just resting bitch face. That's me. Also good though, most of the time, yeah. Most of the time. Wandering around, not looking very happy with earbuds in, tends to make people leave you be. Which most of the time I want. I don't know. Like I say, when I'm here, I'm happy, small talk, all that good shit. When I'm not here, yeah, I'm less so. But again, that's just generally when I'm around. If I'm around people I know, that's different. I imagine Ren's just 24/7 cute little bean. I assume. I get vibes for everyone. The things and yeah. I imagine Ren's a little bean 24/7. Well, I just look angry and tired all the time. I do. Honestly, it's terrible. Honestly, be in the morning. Oh god. There's a reason I don't do morning streams anymore. I don't think I have the resting bitch face, and people do this, so I try best to make up the smiles off. Aww. See, I'm quite the opposite. I'm quite bad for just not... I'm rather bad for just saying stuff I'm thinking, even if it's like... How to put it? Like, I've quite often just said, like, critique. Even at my own detriment sometimes. I'm just like... I don't know. If something bothers me, just say, hey, yo. I quite often don't try and please people myself, because I'm just like, if I don't like someone, I don't like them. I just say it. I don't know, I guess if I like someone, I make it clear I like them. If I don't like someone, I make it clear I don't like them. Because I just don't see the point in pretending. I know on the social media game, you're meant to pretend to like everyone, and da-da-da-da-da. No. I put myself to, hey, yo. Hey, yo. I was just being a gooner. With that being said, hand check, please, everyone. Okay, that's fair enough. I was gonna say, I always worry about people who always feel like they have to, like, schmooze everyone. Like, I hope no one take... Like, I always worry people take advantage of it, you know what I mean? Like, some people just don't... Good faith, kind of... You know. If someone's being nice to you, you at least owe them to be nice back, right? Like, I'll at least put a bit of effort in if someone's actually being nice to me. There's not many nice people in the world, so be nice to them, I would say. I don't consider myself a nice person most of the time. I just put my best self out there, but I don't think I'm a nice person. Ah. No, I just... The way I always see it, if I'm happy and people I care about are happy, then that works for me. That's how I see it. Everyone else, eh. Though I will say, chat, I do think about you fuckers sometimes. I do think about you fuckers. You know, I try and remember stuff you guys say. Like, if one of you says, hey, I've got an exam in a bit, you know, I always try and think about it. Or something's going on. I do think about it. It crosses my mind quite often. I mean, I see you guys that often. It's like, well, them I do quite often go, what the hell they're doing? But it is mostly you guys. I think that way around. Most other people, unless I know them well, but you guys are different. I see you guys actually quite a bit, actually, when I think about it, you know? I mean, when you think how often I've streamed, how often, you know, I'm in the Discord and stuff and all that. Yeah, I guess... Yeah, you know, I see you guys often enough. It's like, yeah, I do think about my sinners, you know? I always want to know you guys are doing okay, you know what I mean? That's always something I want to know. I always want to know you guys are doing okay. It sounds cheesy as fuck, but it's like, I just like to hear you guys doing okay, you know? That makes me feel better. Innocent have never sinned. Mm-hmm. Red and I've looked through your Twitter. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I'll be honest, the reason I tend not to join calls quite often is just I'm so drained. I just think, am I gonna say much? Like on Monday when I joined you guys with Zork, I tend to just do almost nothing on a Monday. But I was like, I'll drop by, I'll say hello. I surprised myself a little bit, you know? Obviously I couldn't stay long, but hey, I had a good time. I always worry with that kind of stuff that I'm like, I hope I'm not taking the spotlight from someone, because like that's Zork's time. That's Zork's time. You know? So I didn't want to say too much because I was like, I don't want to take this. I don't like invade his spotlight. You know, that's his time, his stream. It's his spotlight. I want to make sure that it's on him. You know, I'm merely a guest. Just saying hi to a friend. No, don't worry about it. It's like you were very tired. I remember watching back the stream. You were very, very tired. Don't worry about it. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. I've been that tired in a voice call before where I've just fallen asleep. Like back in the day on Xbox Live, I would just fall asleep and wake up the next day, my headset's on my head, you know what I mean? Like, I fall into a deep sleep on voice call, you know what I mean? So, don't worry about it. I know quite well about deep sleeping. It really was when you checked up after. I was a bit worried, I was like, oh, what's happened, you know? I thought I at least had to just make sure, you know, it's all good. Damn, it's exposing Ren on main. Also, chat. Yeah, well, I mean, this is one of them. You know, if someone disappears from the voice chat, I'm like, oh, what's happened to them? They okay? They good? Like, I figured probably tired, but like, I don't know. I always like to check. I don't know. I'm a paranoid fucker. I'm always like, is everyone okay? I'm a paranoid fuck. Honestly, right. This is a genuine fact about me, chat. I will worry about things too much. I will. I will worry about things far too often. Like, good God. My head creates scenarios. I swear to God, I'm not even kidding. I have genuinely had my head create scenarios. I'm like, I have to kind of sit there and convince myself, hey, that's probably not gonna happen. Well, that's not the case. You know? It's happened before, you know? And it's a challenging thing to kind of unpack it and go, actually, that's not true. Like, I have to debate myself a little bit. I'm like, yeah, but why do you think that? I'm like, oh, why do I think that? And normally I can convince myself that, no, whatever worrying me that isn't real. But, you know, it's tiring sometimes, you know? It is. Not like voices or anything, but it's just like, I'll kind of create this almost straw man scenario in my head. I have to kind of like stop myself midway and go, hang on, that isn't real. That hasn't happened. That isn't going to happen. You know? Speaking of weird things, chat. The other day, right? Wednesday. I had to take a different bus because my main one didn't turn up. And so I had to go into a second bus after the fact, right? On that second bus, I'm not kidding you, almost a bit before my stop, what happens? Some random fucker who's... I don't know if he's on something, but he was very loud and very obnoxious. I'm sitting there, and he's getting in the driver's face, and I'm like, oh my god, what is going on here? What the fuck? And so it wasn't until someone else kind of bollocked him, they got off, but I'm like, what the fuck happened here? Like, I feel like I saw the end of a story arc, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how the bus ended up so late, because this one was late. Wasn't that late for me, the grand scheme of things. This could have been a bit earlier, but I'm like, what's going on here? You know? It all turned out fine, and I got off at the next stop and got home, but it's like, what the fuck was that? I've never had it where I've had someone like... So I don't live in a city, right? So I don't have that many crazy people around, but this guy was crazy. It was like, I don't know. I assume he was on some Zaza, you know what I mean? But yes, that's my Wednesday. It's a weird Wednesday for me. Everything else about the day went kind of okay, but honestly, I don't even know what was going on like. Yeah, fucking weird shit. Like I say, I'm not in a city, so as long as that many people, never seen this guy before. Hopefully never again either. But I normally don't take that bus, so less like. Oh, yeah. I am trying to sort driving out, by the way, before anyone asks. That is something I'm trying to sort out. Getting hold of an instructor, genuinely annoying. But I am trying to sort it out. I need to sort it out, honestly. It's just, the buses are terrible. They're terrible. When they even turn up. I'll be better when that happens. I know a VTuber driving, terrifying. That's why I'm going automatic, because honestly, I don't like my... There we are. You want some Cobra lore? There's some little Cobra lore. I realise I don't tell a lot about myself behind the curtain, but then, at the same time, I don't like to do that. I don't know. I guess I just sort of... I'm going to ride a motorbike. Okay. See, part of me would like to as well, but I'm kind of like, I have terrible balance. So I feel like it would be a terrible idea for me. But honestly, I get the vibe. You know, close family, ride bikes, stuff. So, I've been around bikes quite a lot of my life. And so I get the, honestly, I get the appeal. I do genuinely get the appeal of a bike. If my balance wasn't so terrible, I'd probably go. Honestly. They look like a lot of fun. I mean, maybe try a scooter, honestly. Wait, what? Twitch connection to chat for 10 minutes there. Oh, I was gonna say, what? Wild. That's wild. Hopefully no one's having any issues. But yeah, it's something I'd like to be able to do, but I feel like a car would be more my thing. I think I'd feel better with the four wheels and the big old box of steel around me, you know? Nothing crazy. Like, I appreciate a good car as the next person, but like, I just want something to go from A to B, honestly. If it works, I don't have to do much maintenance on it. I just have to fuel it and do a little bit here and there. That's fine. Oh, yeah. No, 100%. The overthinking. Oh, God. The amount of times I'll sit there and think I've ruined a friendship over something small, and then I'll speak to the person later and like, no, I'm fine. We're good. I'm like, oh. Like, fuck. Or if I respond to a message and then the person just doesn't say anything back for ages, and then I think, ooh, but was that did I hurt them? Did I upset them? And I just, oh, it goes all over the place. Or if I make a joke and it's a little harsh, and they just stop talking, I'm like, oh no, we good. Wait, God. I have lost sleep over that shit. I'm not even kidding. I have actually lost sleep over overthinking. It is. It really is. Genuinely is. The thing is, I was overthinking something and then it actually happened sometimes, so yeah. Honestly, that's the other thing. When it happened, the worst thing that can happen when you're overthinking is it happens, because it's like, well, fuck, that almost like makes you think, well, I was justified to think that. And no, it's just that this one time it happened, but in your mind you're like, but. Oh, honestly. It's a bastard. It's a bastard of a thing. Honestly. It really is. Ugh. You know what? We should all think a bit less. See, I try to, and then occasionally I don't think enough, and it bites me. So I'm like, it's a weird balance, right? Don't worry, I have a secondary drink next to me that isn't alcoholic. Be glad to know. Has juice in it though, but it's not alcohol. It's water-based. So, I need proof. What do you mean you need proof? Do we take a picture of them? It's juice. What do you mean? What have you got against juice? Okay. 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 One second. 1 second. I'll juice you up. What do you mean? What does that even mean? There we go. Check the Discord. Rare Kobold desk picture with books. Yes, I read sometimes. Have I finished reading those? No. But sometimes I like to read. They are the Mistborn series, if anyone's wondering. It's a fun little series. Quite dark. No. It's cordial with water added. The one on the right, however, is just alcohol. It's whiskey and coke. But the one to the left has... Listen. It's only partly filled because I drank from it just. I did play a one-shot of a Mistborn tabletop RPG. I'm currently... Decker, you might be familiar with Stormlight Archives. I'm actually in a campaign set in the Stormlight Archives, an official system. It's actually a lot of fun. I'm playing as a up-and-coming Radiant, actually. Yeah, I'm playing as a guy who's unknowingly becoming a Radiant, what they called? Dustbringers, that's it. He's a Dustbringer. He has an Ashbren called Pyre, who he hasn't actually met yet. He hasn't met her yet. But he's got a Spren following him around. Yeah, I am playing as a warrior, basically. I'm like kind of the muscle of the group. Although, as it turns out, we've encountered a Steel Inquisitor that's managed to turn up on Roshar. So, my ass took a cannonball to the hand, saving someone else. Literally barged them out of the way and got my fucking hand annihilated by a cannonball. Not like off, but like damaged. Hopefully the doctor can fix me up, but yeah. My hair radiant, I need to think polymerize. Fair. I do like, I don't know, I like the system quite a bit, and I like the setting. I kind of like how the magic system basically turned into a Giga Paladin. I like Paladins. What can I say? I mean, I main Dark Knight in Final Fantasy XIV, which is kind of like a Paladin, like a Vengeance Paladin, honestly. Obviously it's Paladin proper, which I've played most classes in that. Yeah, I main Dark Knight in Final Fantasy, yeah. I haven't played Final Fantasy XIV in ages, but yeah, I main Dark Knight. I actually started as a summoner, would you believe? And then Dark Knight was the class that convinced me to like try other classes. I've actually leveled every class that's combat related to 80? No, 90. 90. Including healers, by the way. I've done everything as far as combat's concerned. I've tanked, I've DPS'd, I've healed. Done them all. So, needless to say, I have been everywhere. I played Dark Knight for most of Final Fantasy's story, except Endwalker. I switched to Red Mage for a bit. Because I really liked the end game mechanics for them. Can I just go a small Final Fantasy rant, by the way? I fucking love Shadowbringers Endwalker. Niggas songs for a week, after party for a few. Oof. Any good songs for Awake? Hmm. I'm trying to think back to the ones I've been to, as unfortunately, I've been to a few funerals. Unfortunately. I would say, ideally, for Awake, something not too upbeat, but more upbeat than something you'd play at a funeral. It could be something. I think it matters more what it meant to you and that person, perhaps. Like, was there a song that you both really enjoyed listening to that you didn't play at the funeral, but lets you think of the good times with them? That's probably a good song to play. I can't think of anything specifically off the top of my head, but anything that's kind of like a bit more upbeat. Like the kind of stuff you might play, like especially if it reminds you of the good stuff, right? Or just honestly something that like is a bit more punchy, a bit more upbeat, maybe. Depends on the people, right? So it's Will Young. I can't say I know any Will Young songs, honestly, but maybe... I can't really recommend anything specific with Will Young songs, honestly. I can't say I know them too well, but if there's anything that maybe fits that kind of feel, or just something that isn't played at the funeral, because if you play something played at the funeral, it'll make you feel sad. But something that wasn't played at the funeral that's similar might do the trick. Without getting too depressive, how should we say? The funerals are there for the people left behind, not for the departed. They can't attend their own funeral. So it's kind of what helps the people left behind move on the right way, I think. But I'll be honest, I tend not to think about it too much because I've been to too many. But anyway, sorry that I felt a fucking wave hit me then. Oof, God. Oof, that brought back some feelings. But yeah, something that makes you think of them in a good way. The good times. Very importantly, the good times. I think has to be stressed. The kind of stuff that you think about them and smile, right? That's what I'd say. It has to be something that makes you smile. It can't be something that makes you sad. Not for Awake. The funeral, sure, but for Awake, it makes sure something you can smile at. I think. I know it's not a great answer, but it's a really complicated answer to give because it's all how it feels, right? And like I say, been to two. One was more chill and about the person. One was, well, I didn't go to the other one because it was nothing to do with the person. If I played D&D with friends, it was more like Legends of Vantress with actual serious switch. Legends of Vantress is fun, honestly. I tend to go a little more serious, but when I'm DMing, but I'm not against a fun time. Like, I think as long as it's stated at the beginning that it's this kind of campaign, right? Like, if I say, hey, this is a more chill, this is like a more relaxing campaign, then, like, for example, an idea I had for a campaign, right? An idea I had for a campaign was basically the players were a bunch of traveling wrestlers, basically. And basically the world was like, everything was about wrestling, but in a fantasy setting, right? So the big stables of wrestlers would pull out, like, you know, they have the instant fortress magic item? Imagine that, but the instant stadium. And, like, your bard would be your hype man. They're your promoter. The wizards might pull some bullshit. And then it's like the martial classes who go into the ring and fucking slam each other around the place. while the wizards and shit do funky shit in the background to kind of like win the crowd over. That was an idea I had for a campaign. And I have never done it though, but that was one idea I had for a less serious campaign. And it would be the stupidest shit ever, right? It would be the most stupidest shit ever. It'd be hijinks all around. Meanwhile, I've also planned out grand epic campaigns, like Lord of the Rings kind of style shit. Or I've got one that I'm gonna bring back, right? One I'm gonna bring back, and it's basically set in a city, and it's all really condensed in this city, right? And everything's in this city. The city's actually really detailed, and essentially there's a bit of political maneuvering, there's a bit of trying to like gain allies against a really both financially and physically more powerful opponent, whilst knowing that there's something coming for the city, like an eldritch horror that's primal and just corruptive, that just twists everything. That's what I'm going to bring back, actually, because the party all got killed, but they all really loved it, and so they're like, can we come back somehow? I'm like, okay. And I have an idea how I'm going to do it. I'm actually really looking forward to it. That'll be off stream, but it'll be after Dark Heresy. I think as we try to stay serious, then something happens, the DM says something, and it just guarantees someone will make it into a joke. I think as long as the group's cool with that, then who cares? Go for it. Like, if your group's the kind of group that's going to make a laugh and a giggle, go for it. Do it. Who's stopping you? Let's have fun, right? If the DM's cool with it, if you're all... I think as long as all of you are having a fun time, who cares? Go for it, right? Like, I think the only time it's a problem is if the DM's getting annoyed, because then it's like, well, then I think people, and I forget this sometimes, and to my fellow DMs out there listening, you have the right to have fun too, by the way. In fact, if you're not having fun, that's a bigger problem, because you're spending your fucking time making this shit happen. It wouldn't happen without you. You need your players, yes, but they need you. So if you're not having a good time with it, then that's a problem, because you're the DM. You're spending way more time than they are. Like, here's the thing. Let me put you in my headspace as someone who's been a perma DM for years. Until very recently, and even then, we'll have to see how long till the campaign goes for, right? And don't get me wrong, the person who's been DMing for a while has come back to DM. He's great. He's a great DM. He's a really, really good DM. And I want to stress this for the record. Ada, if you're listening, you're a very good DM. Just to be clear. I wouldn't have started if I hadn't met you, so... to make it clear on that one. Great DM. But let's say he got burned out. So I was DMing for quite a while. And to put you in my headspace a bit, so I will quite often think about, is there going to be combat? Do I have to make map? Do I need to make an enemy? Can I reuse enemies? Can I make a new thing based on what I've already made? Can I... you know... Zach, that's what you want, that's what you want. Like, I try and really think a bit. Like, sometimes I just wing it. I'll confess, I've sometimes just winged it, and you'll never notice it, because, to be honest, I'm not that bad at DM. So I can wing it and it looks natural, right? But, like, I don't like winging it. I like having a plan. But, I've winged it. I winged it plenty of times. So, you know, I've winged it quite a bit. I have. And sometimes it's fun just to wing it. The most interesting things that have happened in my sessions have happened on me winging it. I've introduced something that I had a rough idea for, and they loved it, so I kept it. I've had just random chance encounters be really interesting. One of my prior campaigns, my players had all died once before the campaign started. So one of the things that I had was they encountered death, the Grim Reaper. Briefly. But it was like, yeah, you can see him because you all died. Remember? In Dark Heresy, there's definitely things I could have done better, and there's a lot of granular rules for Dark Heresy, right? Like, there are rules for being buddy-buddy and schmoozing people. It's the point where you can use Fellowship to get influence, right? And, like, how influence... There's so many little bits, like little bits of combat that come up. It's like, what the fuck, doing all psychic shit, which is like, what the fuck? But it's really interesting. The more I'm learning about the system, the more, like, ideas I think, by a different kind of campaign. Oh, no. They were more shit scared he was going to fucking turn around and gank them. Because it was not long after a big fight. I'm trying to think now. I think the only time... Not when I've been DMing, at least. Yeah, I can't remember anything when I've been DMing where they've tried to seduce the Grim Reaper. Now, one of the more serious characters spoke to him for a little bit, and then he went. It was after quite a rough fight, so they were quite weak. They just beat the boss. Quite handedly, actually. I don't know, that campaign taught me a lot. I think every campaign's taught me something. You know what I mean? Every campaign, every mistake's taught me something. And I haven't felt as bad about those mistakes because, in a way, I look at it and go, what did I learn? And it turns out I learned quite a bit. Honestly. So every campaign's been a weird gift in of itself. And honestly, I can't complain. It's been interesting, honestly. I'm definitely in a bit of a break after Dark Heresy. I have a lot of plans for Dark Heresy, though. I have some really creepy fucking shit I want to throw in, right? The big bad. I've been testing the waters on how to, like, kind of generate a small degree of dread in the campaign, right? A genuine bit of fear. Because I kind of wanted to, like, how to put it? I wanted, like, the way I see 40k, right, to me, Warhammer 40,000 is horrifying. But let's be clear, it's horrifying. Even the Imperium is not something you should ideally be wanting. And most people would agree, we want to live in 40k, right? It's horrifying. And, like, even a loyalist space marine can be horrifying. The angry Vox grill, the tapestry, the armor so old it, like, makes your entire family lineage look young. It's like, what kind of war needs you? And it's like, the kind of war they are sent to. And they aren't even the fucking top dogs. They aren't even close. You know, they kind of sort of exist in that universe. It's like, when you pull out something like a Chaos Space Marine, this ancient, potentially millennia-old monster that hates humanity in a way nothing else can, it's got to feel right, you know? It's got to feel... You got to feel that, like, clawing fear back in your mind. This near unstoppable force is coming for you. Now, the party can definitely take one out, but I think, you know, I've got to kind of undermine that feeling of security, that, you know, because one of them can take out a lot of things, right? As you've probably seen, they can just one-shot stuff. So I've been thinking of ways of kind of not ruining that for him, because obviously I don't want to ruin his fun, but I want to make sure a threat feels like a threat. That's a big one. A threat feels like a threat. That something dangerous has that fear effect, you know? That's what I've been like kind of trying to figure out in my head, right? It's like when it comes to like Warhammer, like 40k in particular, I like to keep the tone quite serious because I know some people say it's a silly universe. I disagree. I don't think it's a silly universe. I think there's a lot of bits of it that are genuinely meant to be taken seriously. There are some goofy bits put in there here and there, but I think the majority of the universe is meant to be quite, dark. So I tend to give it that respect it deserves, I think. Fantasy, I'm a little more cut and dry, a little bit loose, like a little more like kind of relaxed because it's dark, but nowhere near as dark. Like the Empire is a far more idyllic place to live. Don't get me wrong, if you go into the woods today, you'll go and get your head taken off and your skull mounted somewhere by a beastman. Don't go into Drakwold. You will get fucking murdered. But it's like, the idea, the general cities of the Empire, they're a bit rough. They're okay. You know, you'll live. Probably. But it's better than the Imperium. Hell, in like Reichland, it's mostly okay. Again, the forests are not going too lightly, but Reichland itself's fine. You know, Dwarven Hold's pretty safe. The Elven settlements, again, they're generally pretty safe. Like, there are safe places, but you can relax, cool. As long as no one's after you, you're fine. I don't know, I'd like to do a Warhammer Fantasy campaign, actually. I actually did DM a campaign set in Mordheim, actually, as it was falling. That was an interesting campaign. I regret it didn't continue. So I had a lot of fun. I had a whole map for everything. Some people don't treat it like it is, and I think Games Workshop haven't really leaned into that aspect. They tried to make it a little more approachable. I wish they wouldn't, because I think it's okay to let it be its, like, genuinely... Like, I think 40k should be allowed to be what it is. I don't think they should try and change it to make it look more appealing to, like, everyone. Like, no. People came because they heard this was a dark, fucked up universe where there is no hope. They came for this melodrama. Don't deny them that. When you hear about the Horus Heresy or the Badab War, these big events, the War for Armageddon, these hordes of demons, the idea that the Imperium's on a knife edge. I mean, don't get me wrong, current lore isn't exactly sunset and roses, but like, the Imperium's stronger than it's been in quite a while. It has Primarchs walking around again, the Space Marines are bolstered in a way that they have never been in a long time. Technology, from a military perspective, has progressed quite a bit. Like, hover plates are back in, like, grav tanks are back now. Prior to the 8th edition, there were no grav tanks outside of the Custodes. They had all their old kit. So, I'm a bit like, But then, sometimes they surprise me, like the Chaos Knights. And like, when you hear about those nightmarish machines that like scream into existence, and they're just like a walking apocalypse. Or like, how hopeless dealing with Titans, like, there are bits, and like, oh, I'm feeling it again. Like, they have moments of like, oh, okay, this feels like Warhammer right now. Like, I tend to do stuff set before the Great Rift. He did quite a lot. Like, Crawl did a lot for, like, the Imperium. What I find interesting and annoying at the same time is the problem with Crawl is a lot of his stuff he did was more done because the marketing department wanted it, not because the lore demanded it. If Chaos Space Marines had done something big, and like maybe Fabius Bile had enhanced a bunch of them, then the Primaris turned up, that'd make more sense. Like the Chaos Space Marines, they obviously did help break the status quo, but if something extra happened, like they made... Like, thing is, right, Chaos Space Marines, they lean more on them being renegades more recent times. I think they should go back to leaning on the fucking ancient as fuck traitors who were around in the Horus Heresy. I want those old Long War veterans who are so fucking lethal that they look at Loyalist Space Marines and think they're a joke. Who can butcher several of them like a blink of an eye. Do you mean I mean, do you really need a reason to try to get an advantage in the war? It's more like, how to put it? It feels better from a narrative perspective that the Primaris were like Crawl's pet project, and then because of what's happened, he was allowed to commit what is essentially heresy. Like, I want to stress to you, what he did was heresy in the Imperium. Trying to improve the Emperor's work is heresy in most parts of the Imperium. Because that means you think you know better than the Emperor. They're God. That's my issue with it. I wouldn't have even minded. And the other thing as well, they just wanted to resell Space Marines. I wouldn't have been as upset, right, if they had made a new sculpt for Space Marines in Mark 9 armor and they look like Space Marines. Not skipping Mark 9. Like, why did they skip Mark 9? Never got explained. It's weird. They've never done that before. Like, the thing is, Primaris Space Marines, by default, to me, don't look like Space Marines. Yes, he did. And he should have been shot, frankly. He's committed a lot of heresy, the guys, honestly. But I don't completely hate his character. I get the point of it. And I at least appreciate it took him 10,000 years to pull it off. But like, my issue with Primaris Space Marines, more for me, was they didn't feel like Space Marines. They felt like generic sci-fi soldiers. They lost that aggressive look. Like, to me, a Space Marine should look like a warrior monk. Should look like a tapestry, almost. You know? They're a mix of feudal knights, gothic-looking architecture, and brutal warriors. They wield rapid-fire rocket launchers and chainswords, basically. They should feel brutal. Maybe a few of them look nicer. The Black Templars still retain that feel, thankfully. But, like, that's how a lot of Marines felt. Like, even an Ultramarine. Look at Space Marine 1. Look at, like, Titus and then what? That Vox Grill, the adornments, the unnecessary extras to the armor that make them look bigger. Hell, some of the Tyranid war veterans, right? Those who fought the Tyranids on the Crag. That armor is scarred with, like, the bioplasma of Tyranids, and, you know, they look brutal. Maybe they've got, like, Tyranid, like, pelts on them. Maybe they've, like, bolted extra armor to them to reinforce them. You know. It's why I'm glad they brought the Terminators back. You know, they said, like, oh, Crawl couldn't improve Terminator armor. Yeah, let's be honest, it's because Aggressor armor didn't sell as well. Because let's be honest, right? The Scout armor did okay. The Mark 10 standard did okay. The Aggressors, not as much. Like those flying Aggressors, you don't see very much. Yeah, you just don't see them much. Terminators, though, they're gonna sell. They know they're gonna sell. Because Terminators are cool. Now, I like Heresy era Terminators better, but it's a classic. But I'm more a Cataphractii man myself. But I like the Heresy aesthetic better in general, personally. I just like how gritty it looks, for me. But there's a lot of stuff. There's some things in 40k I quite like. Necrons, I love how they're treating the Necrons. The Necrons have been done quite nicely, and the writing for them has improved exponentially. Orcs are generally a hit every time. Genestealer Cult was a great. Genestealer Cult was such a good idea. It's perfect. I wish they had more units though. Stop releasing characters, get more units. Chaos Knights. Like, I like Knights. I think Knights are cool. Chaos Knights though. Something about them. It's like, it's not just, oh, it's like this haughty noble in his big mech suit stamping around. It's no. This is like a walking demon. Like, there's one of them that wanders around the universe covered in skin, to the point where flayed ones follow it. They follow it, thinking it's one of their own. Or there's a Chaos Knight that literally manifests from pools of blood in battle to continue an endless carnage. And, like, Knights are pretty cool. Like, they're plugged into a throne which lets them hear them voice their ancestors. The Chaos version, their ancestors are mad. Or there's just demons in that thing with them. The Tau have grown on me, right? The new Farsight model, I hope that's the standard for what the mech suit's going to be like soon. I actually quite like Farsight. I like a lot of the Tau. I think it's okay to have a naive faction that looks at the galaxy with a bit of hope. But the real grim darkness of the Tau is realizing how fucked they are. How genuinely fucked they are. Yeah, I like the Enclaves better. But I like how they've made the Ethereals, like, dodgy as shit. Like, and Farsight basically calls them out. It's like, I could ruin the Empire right now. I could turn around and tell them all what you do. But I won't. I don't know, I like that. Also, Farsight, like, doesn't realize his sword's making him live longer. He should have been dead by now. Tau lived 40 years. Fun facts, by the way, chat, you could probably fist fight a Tau and win, because Tau are weaker than humans on average. The average human can beat the shit out of a Tau. It says a lot when the fire cast for the Tau look at a Space Marine and go, that's terrifying, I respect it, but what the hell did they do to you? Like, the Earth cast just go, that's an abomination. The fire cast go, I respect this thing, but it's horrifying, and I never want to be near one. Because they'd lose. Just bluntly. Though the Tau have looked into making their own. I've seen some good fan art of Space Marine Tau. He never lost to a Tau player, but against all the shooting and stuff. Yeah, I can see that. Tau got quite a bad rep from them and Guard. That was like the two shooting armies back in the day. I think because they've nerfed how Overwatch works, the Tau aren't as bad now. Because they can't all Overwatch at the same time. I like the Guard. I actually like the Guard a lot. I have some Death Corps. But I like the Guard. I think the... I really like the Solar Auxilia from Heresy, actually. One of my favourite bits of Heresy. So I got some. So they're really cool, like, human faction. Like, elite human infantry. But the Krieg are cool. I like Krieg. I love their horses, actually. The Krieg horses are so fun. Death Riders are so cool. If you like Krieg, the Siege of Vrax. Look up the Siege of Vrax. They get done so well. Krieg engineers fighting Khorne berserkers on the ground, explosives. Oh, cinema. Ooh, yeah, Catachan. Catachan need a refresh, but I've seen a couple of one-off models they've done for Catachan. I'm like, yes, just lean into 80s action movies. We need absolutely muscled up men and women who are grizzled as fuck veterans, who are absolute hard asses, minimal armor, muscle to fuck, roided up to hell, with a lasgun in hand and a knife in the other. And of course, we need some custom Valkyries for them because we can't have the Vietnam references without having the fucking helicopters coming in. I mean, it'd be weird if they were in Catachan and didn't get covered in muscle. Like, here's the thing. No one in Catachan's living more than a day without being ripped as fuck. Doesn't matter, man, woman, child, old, doesn't matter. You are going to be ripped as fuck, and you're supposed to strangle some fucking monster that's going to tear your arsehole out. You would strangle that thing. Never mind the Catachan Devil, the thing that they're named after. The thing their knives are made from. That thing's actually terrifying. But they need to do Catachan. I genuinely do. They do. Cadians are fine, but like, I think we need to have more non-Cadian guard because it's just better. Yeah, they're like really good in melee, actually. I hope the Tempestus Scions get a new kit, actually. They've had like a kill team, jump pack ones, but I'd like to see the Scions get a new kit, because I think Scions are cool. The hotshot las guns, all that stuff, I love it. They're cool. Sorry, you got me in a 40k rant. Like, I will never have anyone say I don't love the settings. I fucking love the setting. I wouldn't be considering getting a Chaos Knight army if I wasn't in love with the setting. It's expensive, seriously. Yeah. Oh, chat, you got me ranting. Oh, have you seen Warhammer Christmas tree ornaments? I've seen them. I can't say as I'm probably not going to get any because I'm not like, I don't do a lot for Christmas. If I could be honest with you, chat, they're pretty funny. But I don't do a lot for Christmas, I'll be honest. I don't do a lot for my birthday. I don't know, I don't like working on them, though, don't get me wrong. I don't like working. Like, I take the day, you know, obviously Christmas Day, obviously I have off, of course, but on my birthday I tend to take off. But I don't know, I don't do much for them. Not anymore. Used to do a bit, but I don't know. It's a weird one. As I've gotten older, it's sort of lost its touch for me a little bit. In a way. Not like completely, it's just, I don't know. I guess I just sort of feel like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't like being in work at the time. I kind of feel lower in that time period. But, that's just me. That's just me. Nah, see, I've seen a few things. They're doing the red gobbo again. The red grot. So it's like, yeah. Not for me, admittedly, but I try and make the most of it. I tend to take a bit of it off, to be honest, even from streaming. I tend to take a little bit of a break that time of year. I don't know, I feel like sometimes it's a good time to just sit back, have a few drinks, and think on things, you know? Reset. That's what I try and use it for. To reset. But anyway, that's a way off anyway, so. When it comes up, it comes up. I've got that period of time booked off anyway, so. But anyway, chat, as we're getting towards the end of stream, Do you have any preferences for tomorrow's campaign? I'm thinking a faction that's more on the spooky end, like vampire counts or something. Yeah, I do a little bit, but I never tend to think about it. Yeah. Do you have any preferences, chat, for a spooky campaign, by the way? You don't have to have the answer now. Feel free to put it in Discord if you like. But I'm thinking like vampires, the undead. Tomb Kings is an option too. They had an update recently as well. So, yeah, keep that in the back of your minds. We'll, by tomorrow, we'll have a decision on that one. Can be something else as well, but those are like the main ones that are kind of spooky, right? One day we'll get Nagash. I hope we get Nagash. I'm very curious how he'll play. It's a lot of fun. Very powerful. I expect a hard campaign. Everyone will want to fucking kill him. Yeah. Do feel free to drop any suggestions in the Discord. Or just tomorrow if you want. But anyway, my dearest sinners, I'll have to love you and leave you now, I'm afraid. I know. It's come very quickly, hasn't it? The end of our dear sir. But don't worry, because I will be back tomorrow. Same time. And now I'll be leaving you just for a night. But then tomorrow I'll be back for longer. With more yapping and some Total War in the background to enjoy. Sobbing. Oh. They won't be long. Friday evening will come faster than you think. Hopefully. Then it'll be the weekend. Honestly, if I didn't have to go into work tomorrow, I would do a long one of these, but well then. I know. Almost the weekend. Right. Chat, I will love you and leave you for now. Please take good care of yourselves. Rest well. And if you are doing anything tomorrow for Halloween, have a wonderful time. If not, feel free to drop by. I'm not doing anything either. Alright. See you next time. Ta-ta for now.